Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, doing a lot better with the throat, luckily. Turns out all I had to do was down a 24-ounce cappuccino and then do 30 minutes of cardio. And you might say, well, that's not smart. I'm not sick. I haven't been sick in about a week. It is just my throat. That's the problem. Probably because I have pre-existing medical conditions. And since my immune system goes berserk at literally anything, even with immune suppressants, my own body did more damage to my throat than the viruses did. So everybody in the comments talking like they know me and they know my situation, shut the hell up. So anyway, somebody on Reddit leaked these. I don't know where the hell they're from. They're not going to say, but wow. This appears to be an awful lot of the planeswalkers from the new set, some of which we haven't seen yet, in fact, most of which. And wait a minute, what is that? That's borderless, and it's a different set symbol. Interesting. So just that card seems to be from the third Ravnica Mythic Edition, I guess. I mean, that would be my guess. It says something about what manner of card it is on the bottom left, but it's way too low res to read. Nor can I make out the number out of number. Well, he's not on the promo list, so he's not a natural promo. So yeah, I think Mythic Edition 3 confirmed. And it's probably going to be on Hasbro Pulse, not on their eBay store again. So where that came from, you got me, but where any of these came from, you got me, who cares? It's spoiler season anyway, so I guess somebody who just wants to send Wizards a message but not do too much damage, not get into too much trouble, they leak stuff in the middle of spoiler season. This is not the first time somebody's done this. Oh, and before we jump in with Karn, the Great Creator, for everybody telling me to just go to the doctor, yeah, I'd have to just sell my fucking car on the way there. This is America, okay? I'm responsible for the first $7,500 straight out of pocket, zero subsidy whatsoever that I spend on medical shit per year. And I have pretty good insurance. So while all these pharmaceutical medical equipment companies subsidize the shit out of your stupid fucking country while we all front the bill for it, none of us except for the richest of the rich can go actually use healthcare. It's absolute fucking bullshit. Plus, I have enough medical knowledge to know that they're just going to tell me, yeah, the tissue in your throat is damaged from being sick. And you did other stupid shit to aggravate it. Go see if it heals in a week. Bye. That ain't worth $1,000. Fuck off. So anyway, Karn, the Great Creator, he's 4 cost 5 loyalty, which is a little ridiculous. Okay, I can't read that. I gotta throw this shit in Photoshop and enhance it. Looks like activated abilities of artifacts your opponent's control can't be activated. That's an interesting take on Karn. Then he's got a +1, which is until your next turn, up to 1 target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness of each equal to its converted mana cost. Well, thank God it's not Tezzeret's stupid 5/5 horse shit, because I'm sick of that Ensoul artifact effect. It's so overdone and so overpowered. And then he's got a -2 with no ultimate, thank God. You may choose an artifact card that you own from outside the game or in exile, reveal that card, and add it to your hand. Oh, that effect just needs to fuck right off. Okay, everybody's sick of that shit. So obviously there's already way too much artifact synergy in Standard, and I'm sick of it already, so this is ridiculous. The fact that this is colorless and anybody can play it, completely out of control. Dimir Artifacts is going to be completely insane. Alright, so then we got Gideon Blackblade. You can tell that he's from this storyline instead of just some reprint, because 1, he was never printed, and 2, he's using the Blackblade as of wherever the hell they were, Dominaria. He didn't want to, and then he saw what it could do, and he's like, yeah, okay, I should probably use this. So he's 3 cost, which I'm sure won't be degenerate and broken. Thank God he doesn't have an alt, although that's never been the problem with Gideon. So the passive ability is ridiculous. As long as it's your turn, he's a 4/4 human soldier with indestructible that's still a planeswalker. Prevent any damage that would be dealt to him during your turn. So that's an automatic. It used to be up like a +1 or -1 or 2 or whatever on most versions of Gideon. So to get that automatically and then be able to use another ability is ridiculous. A 4/4 indestructible that also doesn't make people benefit from lifelink is ridiculous. Or at least for 3 mana it is. So his +1 is up to 1 other target creature you control, gains vigilance, lifelink, or indestructible till end of turn. That's frickin' amazing. He's basically Swiss Army Gideon. And then I guess you could say he has an ultimate. I don't know, it's kind of borderline. It's just -6 exile target. Boy, that really looks like Ace land permanent, but I'm gonna guess it's non-land. So he can't immediately use that, but it's also way weaker than an actual ultimate, so whatever. Yeah, I think he's gonna be pretty insane. Mono white is just going to be able to drop stuff in, swing away, go super mid-range, probably actually play Leon in for once. And whether they swarm or go for fatties, they're going to have Gideon and that board wipe backing them up. And it's just going to be insane because they already have X-Lands binding. Oh, and Cleansing Nova. I mean, there's like a Swiss Army sideboard already for mono white. So that's what I'll probably be playing. I've got a couple forms of that already. Next up, we got Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, although it would be way funnier if Jace became a welder. So he is a crazy triple blue 1 generic. I bet these abilities are like the bluest thing you've ever seen in your life after a cost like that. They're probably overpowered as crap too, because that's how they protect something. They don't want an overpowered as all balls, planeswalker in a 3-color deck, and this would prevent it real proficiently. Oh gee, let me clear this one right up for ya. Magic. Just kidding, this is already spoiled on stream. So, if you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead. I love how that's like grammatically, referentially wrong, but everybody knows what happens if you do draw a card from an empty library. So anyway, that's frickin' annoying. And then, let's see, he's a 4/4, and then he gets +1. Target player puts the top 2 cards of their library in the graveyard, draw a card. Oh, good. Super powered turbo mill. I love that shit. And his -8, totally not alt at all, even though it is draw 7 cards. Then if your library has no cards in it, you win the game. Well, yeah, you already said that. I guess you would win 1 turn earlier. That's the difference. So what? So draw the game out 50 minutes, draw dead your entire deck, just draw through the whole damn thing, run nothing but control, and then run him and win. Absolutely the most toxic Jace I've ever seen in my entire life. This thing is an absolute disgrace to the game. Next up, we would have Liliana. She was already spoiled. Let's go to Chandra. So she's a 4/4, and whenever 1 or more loyalty counters are removed from Chandra, deal damage equal to the number removed to target opponent or planeswalkers. That's interesting. That's really a different take on what she does. I mean, things happen and she does damage. It's not that unique, but whatever. Her +1 is exile the top card of your library. You may play that card. Okay, one of Red's less common effects, but I like it. Any kind of commune with lava effect, I like it. And the -7, definitely not alt, but definitely alt, is exile the top 7 cards of your library. You may play those cards. That's just full-blown commune with lava. So by herself, she doesn't really do that much, but she will automatically do 7 damage if you take some off of her. And the other thing is, when she gets hit, she just Wobbuffets them back for the exact same amount of damage. That's what the top ability is referring to. So if you ram a 2/2 creature into her, you just remove 2 loyalty counters from her, boom, she's going to fry your face for 2. So good way to keep her in play, I guess. But you really wouldn't want her to get to 7, because that's 7 damage and 7 more cards. Now, the way that final ability is phrased, it's hard to say if that would still be the case if she was removed from play, because the card is what's giving those the playability. But then again, is it stating an ongoing effect? Or is it granting those cards the you can play this ability at the time they're placed there? It doesn't say the cards gain the ability you may play this card, which would be the correct way to phrase that. So that is interesting because that completely changes how she works. So, it doesn't work with fast red decks, I'll tell you right now, but something like Sarkhan's and Sealing, yeah, you can get wild with this thing. Next up, we got Nissa, who shakes the world, hoping that some fruit will fall down. And then she's going to make a tasty fruit salad. So she's 5/5 because green has ramp. Whenever you tap a forest for mana, add an additional 1 green. Okay. And then +1, put 3 1/1 counters on up to 1 target non-creature land you control. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with vigilance. It's still a land. So you can't boost it bigger than a 3/3. A 3/3 is pretty likely to get killed, and then you're nuking one of your lands. So, I don't know. I don't love it. And then her -8, which, let's be honest, okay, these are alts at this point. This one involves an emblem. You get an emblem with lands you control have indestructible. That's annoying. Search your library for any number of forests and put them into play tapped. Now, they don't automatically become creatures, but they are indestructible and they are in play. So That's a little bit of ramp. Also, you'll never draw another forest again for the rest of the game. So there's that. So pretty wild ult. It's not like insanely oppressive, but you're probably gonna lose eventually. Maybe not though. It leaves the door open enough. We've already seen the Johnny, so let's go to Domri. So he's a 3 for 3 in Christmas colors. His passive ability is creatures you control get +1 attack and +0 toughness. That's ridiculous. And then +1, add 1 green or 1 red mana. Creatures you cast this turn can't be countered. That is beyond ridiculous. And -2, target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. So there you go. The entire Gruul Guild in a 3-cost spell. Utterly overpowered as shit, and this is completely out of control, ridiculous. A Gruul deck just took 4th at like a recent tournament, so this is going to take it and make it completely overboard. I mean, just virtually unstoppable. That's really annoying. I used to respect that deck, but now I don't. Next up, we got Ral again, Storm Conduit, whatever. I freaking hate Izzet. He's a 4 for 4, and whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, Ral Storm Conduit deals 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Who the hell do you think you are, Niv Mizzet? His +2 is Scry 1, but that just brings him up to 6 loyalty, which is really obnoxious to get rid of. And he also has a -2. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. That is ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. I hate Jumpstart. I hate every single spell that Wizards gave their entire guild. I really hope they don't come back and play Izzet Drakes again or anything resembling it, or Thousand Year Storm, because Storm is toxic shit. There's a reason it's called the Storm Scale. I don't know who designed this shit, but they should be fired. Let's move on. It's time for Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord. Alright, he's a 4 for 4. As long as it's your turn, creatures and planeswalkers you control have lifelink. Oh my god, even planeswalkers? That's insane. I mean, very few of them do direct damage, but Chandra does. So his +2 is Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord, deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. And he has lifelink, get it? You know, you'd think that that's, like, underpowered, but first of all, it gives him +2, so then he's at 6 the second you drop him in, basically. And 2, would you really call Healer's Hawk underpowered? This is an unblockable Healer's Hawk. Now, he has a -X ability, which I've always been a fan of those. Return target creature with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature is a vampire in addition to its other types. As much as I hate free casting and resurrecting crap out of the graveyard because it's just inherently broken, you do sort of have to pay, just not with mana, for its CMC. So there's no zombie Eldrazi coming out of the graveyard. Well, also there's no Eldrazi, but that was the problem last time around. And yes, I built a deck that exploited the shit out of it. It was called El Zombly, and it was quite good. So you could bring back something important, bring back a lane draft after she dies. I mean, she's pretty expensive, but you never know. I mean, he'd go into turn 2 with 6 loyalty, theoretically, so yeah. I mean, the whole give every single creature lifelink is insane. I mean, the planeswalker ability, whatever, but yeah. All creatures permanently getting lifelink for 4 in a dude who's almost impossible to remove. Oh, they're really pushing the power with this one. They really are. This might actually become a problem. And I'd say, oh, well, this is an answer to Red Rush. Not at 4 mana and 2 colors, it's not. Dream on. Now, Gideon, he is going to stop Red Rush, hopefully. And luckily for us, he's almost as bad. All right, I've already heard rumblings about this one. The next one is another Teferi. He's Time Raveler? Not Reveler, Raveler. Like unraveling. So he's doing the opposite of unraveling. I legit did not think that's a word, and I still don't. Oh, that is absolutely fucking ridiculous. For 3 fucking mana, this asshole says each opponent can cast spells only any time they could cast a sorcery. So you can't use counter spells, you can't use instant speed damage, you can't use instant kill, anything. That's bullshit. That is absolute fucking bullshit. The last thing we needed was another fucking broken Teferi ruining the fucking game. Fuck you, Wizards. Once again, whoever designed this absolute fucking disgrace should be fired, and they're never gonna learn. They're gonna have to ban this fucking piece of shit. As if Esper control isn't oppressive enough, now you just shut down any kind of answer they can do. Oh, and you know what? They're probably going to splash green so that they can untap their mana at the end of their turn, so that as soon as they're like, okay, fine, I'll cast this at sorcery speed. No, you fucking won't. They've got 8 mana available and a handful of counter spells. Absolute fucking horseshit. So +1 until your next turn, cast sorceries as if they had flash. Yeah, well, fuck you too. Who gives a shit? It's your fucking turn. Who cares? Oh, you can do a sorcery in the middle of combat. Who gives a shit? That's nothing. Literally useless. -3, return up to 1 target artifact, creature, enchantment from its owner's hand, or to its owner's hand. Draw a card. Yeah, that's what we need. A bounce with a free fucking card draw, because Esper needed more card draw. Fuck you. I'm gonna find a different game to play. This is just a fucking joke at this point. Next up, Fuzzy Nicol Bolas. Let's replace it with slightly less Fuzzy Nicol Bolas. So he's a virtually unusable 1 red, 3 black, 1 blue. There is not a mana base in the entire history of the game that would be able to cast that reliably. Oh, and this is great. You want to see a little bit of a lore leak here. Nicol Bolas Dragon God has all loyalty abilities of all other planeswalkers on the battlefield. I wonder if it's because he stole their sparks. I wonder. So that's ridiculous. He can still only use 1 per turn, and it's only like, oh, you're fighting fire with fire or whatever, but still. He also has 3 other abilities. And also he's a 4 for 5, so okay. And then his -3, destroy target creature or planeswalker. I mean, that would leave him with 1 loyalty, so okay, but still, that's kind of OP. And -8, each opponent who doesn't control a legendary creature or planeswalker loses the game. Well, fuck you too. Honestly, this is just annoying. You're never going to get that mana base out. Speaking of that, Niv Mizzet Reborn. Okay, what the actual shit is going on here? A 5-color dragon. Really? So what, he dies in the storyline and gets resurrected or something? And it says legendary creature dragon avatar. Also, spoiler lord, whatever the hell. No, seriously, in the bottom left, it looks like they say it's some act number, and that doesn't look like a 1 to me. He's not a planeswalker anymore, which means that he lost his spark. And, well, actually, was he ever a planeswalker? I'm not familiar with Ravnica Galore. I think he actually might not be. Well, regardless, it looks like he died and then got reborn as some kind of dragon avatar, or maybe an avatar of the Dragon or something, because he's got all 5 colors. I don't know what's going on. Whatever, this ain't even a Planeswalker leak, so yeah, good luck casting this. But anyway, if you do, let's just assume it'll go in a Gates deck. Oh boy, 6/6 flyer for 5. When he enters the battlefield, reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each color pair, I guess they mean total, not touching, choose a card that's exactly those colors from among them. What? Put the chosen cards into your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. I have no idea what that means at all. Color pair on adjacent cards, color pair between them. What about multicolored? What about colorless? Is colorless considered a color? Just, what the fuck does this card do? You know what? Who gives a shit? Nobody's going to play it. I'm just pissed that if he dies, then he's coming back to life, which, fuck Niv Mizzet, right? His whole guild is a shitstorm, and I hope he drops dead a second time. And finally, the last one on this ridiculously obscure, weird, random list that also includes a Mythic Edition card for no reason, and nobody knows the source on. And of course, it's complete ass quality because people just get a kick out of that. We've got Roalesque, Apex Champions player. Look at him, he's dropping into Skulltown. I could tell that's Skulltown by the background. Anyway, he's a legendary creature, human mutant. Oh boy, it's Captain fucking Planet. This is some legit X-Men shit. It's actually obviously some kind of Simic thing, but well, he does have crab pincers. So I'm gonna call him. Oh boy, my chicken Kiev is done. Chicken Kiev break, I'll be right back. Okay, that's definitely gonna take a while to cool off. I bake that stuff. So Roalesque Apex Hybrid bakes you some chicken Kiev, and he's also got Flying and Trample. He's a 4/5 for 5 total mana. That's not bad. And when he enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 counters on another target. If I could speak today, target creature you control. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. And he appears to be a mythic. I don't know what the hell's going on with that set symbol, if that's the normal one. I mean, everything's mushed to crap in this stupid image. It just really doesn't look symmetrical, but whatever. Also, when he dies, proliferate, then fuck it. Do that stupid effect everybody hates again. That's when you take any number of permanents or players in play and then give each of them another counter of each kind already there, then do it again. So if you have an artifact with a charge counter on it, give it one of those. If you have a planeswalker with a loyalty counter, do that again. So that's annoying. Honestly, that other one that starts with a P that lets you clone tokens or whatever, that one can go straight to hell too. That one's actually even worse than this. So I mean 4/5 flying trample, because apparently every single flying creature has to have trample in standard. That's pretty nuts. And if they do take him down, cool, just give everybody counters. I mean, if you got a traditional 1/1 counter on a creature, boom, do it, then do it again. I mean, that's ridiculous. There's a no win. You'd have to exile him or something. So yeah, he's overpowered as all shit. Luckily, nobody's playing Simic Adapt. I've seen Mono Green Adapt. I haven't really seen Simic Adapt. It's just Simic, waste your time, and then cast a giant spell. Well, and usually it's Simic Splash Red now for Explosion. So besides whatever the hell leak this was, there were some legit spoilers that came out later today. I'm spreading them out throughout the stream so that you have to watch it, because God knows nobody would watch it for any other reason. Or, there is a second option. You could just subscribe to my channel and just watch my videos about it. It's not a terrible idea. I might be a little biased though. But first up, we got Arlen's Wolf. Oh boy, woof woof. He's gonna sniff out all that planeswalker bacon. So he's a 3/2 for 3, and Arlen's Wolf can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. That is as annoying as it is on Steel Leaf Champion, but thank God this isn't Steel Leaf Champion. That's actually a hot-ass card for draft and pre-release, though. Then we got Arlen herself. She got drawn in by the promise of bacon. It looks like she brought an entire army of doggos to sniff it out. That's how they're going to defeat Bolas. He's allergic to dogs. So she is a 6 cost with 7 loyalty and only -2. So first of all, each creature you control that's a wolf or werewolf, because there's so many of those in standard, enters the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter on it. So, okay. That's an odd way to phrase that, to be honest. And then -2, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. So in other words, a 3/3. So she's just History of Benalia for wolves. I don't honestly think that's going anywhere. Pretty much the weakest one we've seen so far, but that's actually good. I'm sick of overpowered crap. And the third one is the promo that we already knew about, Paradise Druid. Let's see if I was right about this being a grounded Birds of Paradise. Well, it costs 2, so that's already a little different. It's a 2/1. That's surprising. It has hexproof as long as it's untapped. Okay, that's pretty cool. Finally, they protect the non-enchanted land ramp, because everybody knows if they run 2 kill spells on your, elvish mystics or whatever, Llanowar elves, you're dead. You lost. So it's about damn time they did that. And she can tap for 1 mana of any color. So I was pretty damn close. I would say that hexproof ability more than makes up for the doubling of the cost compared to Bird's Paradise. I think this will be crazy popular. I don't know why as a promo it still has the uncommon marking. I guess that's a new thing. I don't know, maybe they're already doing that and I didn't notice. But if she's uncommon in the actual set, that would be amazing, because if she was rare, she'd probably be, oh boy, easily $10. Easily. I think with Gates Ablaze, she still won't be in any kind of Gates decks. I mean, they're just not in a hurry, and they could drop in like 2 Gates at a time with just spells. But Simic Ramp, oh my god, yes. Absolutely, this is basically a Simic card. But it looks like there's one more that just showed up out of nowhere. We've got for 2 hybrid, Revenge of the Fallen. It's a sorcery, uncommon. Revenge of the Fallen deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to the number of creature cards and planeswalker cards in your graveyard. So it's Turbo Undergrowth. Look at him. He's about to blast Bolas. He is pointing at him very menacingly. He's going to take those Golgari fungus spores and he's going to shove them right up Bolas's nose, and he's going to be sneezing for at least an embarrassing amount of time. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for him. Oh, I mean, it's another green spell that can directly target a planeswalker that normally can't. So I like it. It's kind of like that double-sided force fight thing. I forgot what it is, like T something. I like it. This looks pretty damn good. Oh, they really just will not stop with these spoilers. Hey, look, it's the Amonkhet gods. Yay. Wait, aren't there only 2 left and a bunch of them die? Wait, let me zoom in. That didn't help. I don't know who the hell these people are. Didn't Mittens have the bow? Wasn't that her thing? She didn't have horns though, I remember that. But they look awfully skinny, as in skeleton skinny, so I think that Bolus resurrected them and brought them to the plane that looks like it came through the breach there, so that's what we needed. The Scarab fucking god in Standard again. That's what we needed, Wizards. Thanks. Fuck you too. Can't wait to see what kind of overpowered travesty this is. I mean, what do you guys think? Put in your guess right now. How many cards are going to be banned in the next 6 months? I'm going to set it really low and say 14. Now, how many people are going to be fired for the state of Standard after they release this? 0, obviously. There's no accountability at that company. That's why they keep doing this. So they just keep posting more and more and more discouragement for everybody, making us less and less interested and giving us very early warning that we need to find a different card game. So that's at least nice. That's the silver lining here. So anyway, that's all the spoilers for now. It probably isn't, but I'm sick of getting these sent to me, so I'm cutting it off and going to play Apex Legends. Also, don't forget to jump on Arena today and collect your rewards because it's the end of the season, even though it's not April 1st. I don't know what the hell their problem is. They ended it earlier or something. I had a draft going right during the cutoff, I guess, and they just stopped crediting me the wins completely. So that was nice. So that's it for now. If my voice still continues to improve, we'll have a trailer reaction today. So if you'll excuse me, I actually legitimately have to go clean my gun. Like, I'm not just saying that, I actually have to go clean my shotgun. So I'm gonna clean my gun and then eat chicken instead of going to the doctor's. Welcome to America. So anyway, hit that subscribe button for the hottest takes on the news spoilers that are probably going to continue coming out Monday, I would assume. They didn't really say that, but it'd be weird if they didn't. Thanks for watching, and you're definitely not going to want to miss my next video. I'm making a separate video, but you're not going to want to miss it.